Thank you for the dance.
Good morning, good morning, good
Morning.
morning. How are
Hey,
you?
come. This is the Tam Show.
Ooh,
So,
ooh, I'd like to see that again.
wake up! It's the Tam Show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
And what the fish is that?
What the fish?
Oh, Jess is gonna fire us both.
Oh yeah, not today though.
Maybe she's in an area where she can't get reception right
There you
now.
go, there you go. Rural
That'll
Texas.
learn her. So, if the ones of you that do not know, Jess is on the road, aqua shella or bust today. So
Yep.
good for her.
Yes, super, super, super jelly that she gets to go
Yeah.
to Aquashella. I don't.
Yeah, because it's so easy for her to get to that one compared to, everyone I go to is like 9, 14, whatever hours, or
Right,
just won't never go there.
exactly. Or a 6 hour flight. Yeah.
I've never flown, so
You've never
chances
flown?
are an aqua shella is not going to be the first time I ever fly.
You've never flown?
Mm.
Are you scared, or is there a reason?
Well, I
Don't like it?
mean,
Don't want to?
just never needed to growing up because my parents drove us to wherever we had to go. Most of my
Right,
family was here.
right.
Well, an hour away, but
Mhm.
only one batch was up north. And it was just the drive, because that's the time you came along, you drove. If you were
Right,
poor, you drove, you didn't fly.
exactly.
So,
Yeah, my
and that's the way it is.
my parents, both like here in Michigan, all of my extended family is in California or Illinois, Iowa, North Carolina, Florida. So everything was spread out. So
Hmm.
we got to fly a few times. And then my mom sold Discovery Toys, which is kind of like Avon Lady, but for kids'
Wow.
toys back in the day.
Yeah.
And she was a top seller and won a trip to Hawaii. So we
Oh,
got to fly to Hawaii, which was super annoying because I have always
that's a
had,
long flight.
yeah, and I always had inner ear infections and everything like that. So the pressure, like when you go up in the plane, you got to pop your ears. I could never pop my ears. So like the whole trip, it's like, and oh, Jess is here. Hi, Jess.
We are busted.
Oh, ride.
Well, it was funny going up to Pennsylvania. We were riding along and hit the part where your ears
Hmm.
pop.
Hmm.
My ears popped. He pooed it at the same time. It came out his other end.
Wrong pressure.
Well, at least it took pressure off. It didn't really matter.
There you
It
go.
came out
I feel better.
because his ears never did pop. That was the only
Oh
thing
man.
that did. So
Hmm.
I've always tried to tell him he's full of it. So apparently I know what I'm talking about.
That's what happened to my brother or my brother's daughter. She didn't go to the bathroom for like 8 days, so they took her to the hospital, did a scan, like, yep, you're full crap.
Well, you know what? It is rough
Yeah.
because one time I was on medication and it stopped the whole process for like 14 days. I thought I was going to die.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I was going to die.
That happened to
And
me when I got my wisdom teeth out and had Vicodin and
yeah,
whatnot. I didn't poop for 3 days, and then I did. I pooped a football. Like, oh my god, I thought I was. That's what I thought I was
like,
gonna die.
is that real? Is
Yeah.
that human?
What is this? The South Park. Hot, 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 hot.
uh, Jess, give Steven a giant hug for me, and Kelly is paying $19.99 to get that done. I'd hug
Yeah.
Steven for free, but go ahead and give Jess your money, girl.
Yeah.
She appreciates it.
Up.
Oh, wake up, everybody. Good morning, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's say our
oh,
good mornings.
Brooklyn is at the Dallas Hotel already.
Ooh.
So they're already there. And we can say good morning to everyone. Would you like to, or do you want me to do it?
Oh no, Dee Dee, you're way better than I am.
Oh, no, no. But, anyways, uh, Miss Lori Muscle Fish Gal was in here bright and early doing her thing. Look at all those links. If you need another one, just mention it because she's got them all. I think she's got them memorized.
Hmm.
That girl's on fire. And
Mm.
Bigfoot Fish Tanks, good morning, Dennis. Miss Jennifer Weaver, good morning. And Miss Jennifer, my pistos are looking super fine all of a sudden. I think they're
Yay.
very, very happy.
Good. Good.
And maybe going to get happy. I don't know. And Jay, the Nano Aquarium guy, good morning.
Hello,
And Sharpie,
Mr. Shoppy.
yes. And he says he all he has to do is stand up and the bum trumpet sounds. That's all the altitude he needs. At Aquarium Daily, good morning. 3J, 3J. I like to say it that way. I don't know why, but I do. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I have company coming in today. Butterfly's
Ooh,
grandma's coming in to spend the weekend with us.
nice.
And good morning, Liquid Zoo. He says, good morning, Vietnam.
Good
He's been
morning,
up 2 days in a row early.
Matt. Wow.
Gonna start a habit.
Uh-oh.
You know those damn habits.
Yeah.
Sky
Get in the way.
Dancer. And Sky Dancer, how did you pick that name? That's kind of cool. Verily, Casey, I hope your little stingers are doing better today. And Craig's in here. Catfish Cave. Of course, we did see Kelly Foreman. She came in wide open. And JoJo Stanley. And sorry, JoJo, but he has a funeral to go to, I believe, tomorrow for his grandpa. And I did the same thing last Saturday.
Mm,
So I feel you, brother.
yep.
Sorry about that. We hate to lose them.
Bunch of love going out to Joe Stan.
And Kenny, Danican Aquatics. I brought up Fish People, so I know that's him.
Kitty.
And y'all, I have not been able to see good ever since I had my little surgery. My eye's still just a little swollen, and it really plays with my sight. So I have the scroll moving, and my eyes like, eh. It's like the bionic woman or man's eye, whatever, trying to focus.
Right.
And there's a little Brooklyn. I hope they have a great time.
Oh, yeah.
And Rocco, good morning, Rocco. Hope your neurologist appointment goes well.
Rocco.
Rising Sun. Good morning, Sonny. Uh-oh. Steven's coming in late, but coming in pickle.
Pickle. Yeah. Don't you be splashing your pickle around here, sir.
Have you been in my room? Go put that back, please. She's chasing Lola all over with a back scratcher.
Oh, man.
Lord.
That's one of my favorite inventions in the world, though, is a back
Oh,
scratcher.
Butterfly, bring that, please. You probably don't have one like this, but you should get one. And there's Brian and Roxanne, Pepper Creek Aquatics. This is the best back scratcher in the world.
What? Is that corn cob?
That is a corn cob on a stick.
What the?
And it's dried, so it's very scratchy.
Right.
Now, when it's brand new, it'll almost rip your skin off with all those little pricklies, but this is about 12, 14 years old. So it's kind of, yeah, it'll still get you every once in a while, but before it looked like you'd been in a cat fight every time you scratched your back. But that will take the itch away. Everybody should get one.
In here, see, I'm from Iowa. I didn't even know that. So
corn scratchers for all.
I should know my corn scratchers.
Like run to your grocery store and buy a corn cob, scratch all the corn off, let it dry out. And you go buy you a dowel and shove it up in there. It'll work.
Get it to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So
hello, Dennis. Hello, Dennis. Christianson. I like to say that too. My dad said he made 26 pints of pickle relish yesterday. Kelly's going to
Oh,
get pickle relish for Christmas.
pickle
And there's I
relish.
need a dab a do. Well, Liquid
So,
Zoo, it's probably multi-purpose, so stick it wherever you want to.
stick it wherever the itch is, pretty much
Yeah,
is.
if it itches, scratch it, Zoo. It'll get
Scratch
it.
that itch, sir.
Patty Petite Paint, yes. But that one there is that's a rough rider right there, Patty.
Yeah. Yeah, Patty.
Oh, okay. Morning show. Enough for the back scratcher.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you have planned this weekend?
Oh man, I am
Annette, I'm
actually.
sorry.
Oh,
Annette's here.
and that, yeah, great shirt with the bush, with the bush. I am actually going camping for the first time.
Yay!
First time with the babies going camping, so it's going to be something. Ava's super good at following instructions and then sticking to those instructions. Max, however, it's in one ear, out the other. So I feel he's going to be wandering the campsite, and we are camping like right on Lake Huron. So I'm just going to tell him like, hey, you know what, Max? Floaties are mandatory for the whole weekend. So
Yep, you will
that
wear
way,
a floaty even when you're sleeping.
yeah, that way you wander out into the lake, you're floating. So and then I'm glad we're going to Lake Huron too because it's only an hour away from our house. So if anything
Mhm.
happens or the baby doesn't like it or something, tonight it's not supposed to be too hot, but tomorrow it's supposed to be. So if they can't sleep or something in the tent, we can always. It's an hour, so we can just race them home. And
Yeah.
my sister-in-law, my wife's sister, is even closer, like a half an hour away. So if need be, we can just go. Yeah, Chrissy, you take them.
Like
Yeah, but it's gonna be fun. We're
bring in
gonna
the
go rock.
kids.
Yep, chain them to a tree, dude. Like I never, I never understood child leashes until Max. Like Max just does not listen. He will not hold your hand, and he will like you put the twins down like at Kroger or Costco or something like that, and they just go pew,
Hmm. Hmm.
each other's way. So it's kind of terrifying in a crowded space when you're with two of them and Max just pulls his hand out and runs. Then you got to scoop Ava up and chase after him, and then Ava's like, "Put me down, put me down!" Like, no, I have to find your brother. So it's, it's
Yeah,
something.
I used to think it was kind of cruel. It's like, gosh, you're treating your kids like dogs. But
Hmm.
it's like Patty says, it's child tethers, and
Yeah.
you go to Disney and lose sight of a kid real quick.
Yep.
That'll change your mind about having a band between you and them.
Exactly. Where we were just at like a little local fair, and there was a woman, and this kid was in front of his mom, and he had something around like a bracelet, but it was attached to like like one of those wind up strings, like for dog leashes. And I'm like, what is that? And the mom had the thing on her wrist, so it was like it wasn't a leash; it was like a wristlet for the parent and the child that you couldn't lose the
Yeah.
child. Oh man. But I totally understand that with twins, like, cause they just go. "Flow." It's like Gina, you're on Ava. I'm on Max. Go. I
It's like one time we were in Walmart and Butterfly was doing one of those. It's probably been about 3 years. She's doing them things like, I'm not going where you're going. And
Mhm.
she was pulling, like trying to get away from me. And it's like, I've been doing this for 30 minutes. It's like it's getting on my last nerve. So she was pulling, pulling, pulling. Finally, I let go. And she fell on the floor. I tell you what she did. She got her little hiney up and she didn't yangle on me no more. She came up with me.
Oh, I better not
So
lose that.
she had my shoulder about pulled because I have a damaged shoulder, and she had that thing sore. But it's like, okay, you know
Ooh,
what? This is ending right now. I just let go.
it looks like Jess used to saddle her children. What's going on? We use horse halter and lead ropes.
Well, you can wrap that halter around their waist if you have to.
Right.
Yeah. Now, when you put the bars in their mouth, you might be going a little bit too far.
Yeah. Whoa. Easy, boy. Easy.
Maybe that's for adult night at the house, but not for your kids.
That's right.
Oh Lord, we're gonna play horsey a whole new meaning.
Hmm.
Gotta stop. Can't help it. It's Friday. I gotta stop. I'm all excited about the camping trip. You're gonna have marshmallows on a stick.
Oh,
What can I
oh
say?
my gosh, I cannot tell you the amount of snacks my wife has bought. Like, geez, oh peas. I opened the front door to the car and Thursday, and there's just like Dollar General, like Dollar Tree bags all over the front seat, and I'm like,
Mm,
what is going on? I open it up. There's like 3 bags of Doritos. And like another bag is like the stackables. It's not Pringles, but another brand like
yeah.
stackables. And I'm like, what is all
And
this
you're gonna
stuff?
be
She's
gone
like,
for
it's
4 months.
yeah. I mean, that is how she packs. She packs like 3 outfits for each day. We're going for
I
2 days,
overdo it too.
3 outfits for each day. Like, geez, oh, Pete. Like, I
I
understand
overdo
like
it.
two outfits a day. I understand that because you're going to be on the beach, get wet, crud all over chasing kids, and then at night you just want to hang out, clean clothes. Totally understand. But for 3 outfits,
Yeah. Well, with us, you have to. If there's a puddle, that means it's going to be wet shoes, wet socks. That means more shoes. So we have to carry extra shoes.
oh yeah, we
Um,
we have water shoes too. So we got the little kids' little water shoes. They're so excited because the beach we're going
oh,
to is
there's little rubbery that looks like they got little toes.
yep, and
Oh,
they yeah, Max got dinosaur and oh god, I forgot what Ava got. I think Ava just got like Little Mermaid like ones, and but the beach we're going to is really rocky. I like that because I'm a rock collector, so I'm super excited to
yeah.
find a bunch of fossils and pudding stones and um, a whole bunch of maybe some shirt. That's chert, not the other, not shirt, but chert,
A
chert.
chert.
It's really cool banded rock and everything like that. But I love putting these rocks in my fish tank and everything. So
Absolutely.
I'm actually gonna build a scape out of rhyolite that I found up in UP on Lake Superior. So excited, but nope.
Yeah, a Lake
Ava,
Superior tank.
yeah, exactly. My daughter is a huge fan of rocks. She loves finding rocks. Where when we came back from the UP, Gina got her like this little ballerina that from a gift store and whatnot. But my big old like 5 gallon my 5 gallon bucket of rocks. She's like, "Oh my god, look at all these cool rocks, Daddy! Can I have this? Daddy, can I have this? Daddy, can I have this?" Like, yep, right ahead. Oh my gosh, Bobby, look at these cool rocks. She's like, yeah, but what about the ballerina? And I'm like, I knew she'd love the rocks more.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
mine loves rocks too, but they don't.
Yeah,
They can be just gravel in the driveway or something.
exactly.
They don't have to be special. They just
Hmm.
got to be a lot of them and end up in the toy
Yep, the
drawers.
rhyolite that I got is like a red granite with quartz crystals in it, with a porphyry or amygdala. I don't know which one. I'm not that rock houndy, but it has like red granite with like these white, really cool crystals in them. And she's just like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool!" Like, yep, Kelly, I would totally go camping with you too. We got
Yeah.
to meet like in southern Michigan or something like that, over by you, and go camping.
See, Sharpie says to tell them all about the Bigfoot and everything. That way they're scared. Coming down off the mountains the other day, I said something about my mama used to say something about the boogeyman would get me if we walked off in the woods or something like that.
Hmm.
And not thinking nothing about it. And just about 20 minutes down the road, I hear little voices. Dee Dee, is the boogeyman real? It's like I didn't realize I'd planted a seed.
Yes,
I
and
said, no,
listen
baby,
to
the
my
boogeyman's not
warning.
real. That's what you used to tell us. Don't go in the woods. The boogeyman will get you.
Oh man, maybe I
And
should
Alex
be
is
like
here. Spaghetti Nona's in here. Fishy man.
Scotty Quaddy.
Oh, he just gave up on the name and just went with Scotty
Scotty
Aquati.
Quaddy. That's awesome. I love the. I
Yes.
didn't even realize the name change until the other day. Like because I've always called him Scotty Aquati. Um, and then I was like, wait, is it someone pretending? No, that is actually Scotty. What's going on?
Yeah,
I actually,
it's like Stephen deemed him that, and of course,
Hmm.
everybody kind of calls him.
Right.
So
I
it
actually
is
have
fun. It's fun.
his sticker on my door. I got a bunch of his stickers. Oh, no, they're old stickers. This is
Oh.
not Aquati. It's
And
Aquatic.
this is just like Sharpie. Oh, that's the wrong one. Well, what the heck is move so fast? There we go. There we go. I'm
Camp somewhere
slow.
haunted. Yep, there's a lot of haunted. There's a lot
Oh
of
man.
asylums around here in Southeast Michigan, like the Eloise in Sanatorium that I think is actually going to be actually broken down or turned into an attraction for ghost hunters and everything. I think it was scheduled to be like torn down because it's in disrepair and it's an insane asylum that hasn't been used in 50 years. So um, it's dilapidated and falling apart. So they were going to tear it down, but I think a amusement company actually bought it and is going to turn it into ghost hunting, like so thrill seekers can go in there at night and whatnot. Ben Backstrom, one of the real namers.
Penny. Too coolie. Well, I'm not into the camping in a haunted place. Oh, I did. I saw Alex's post on Facebook.
Baby beavers.
Yeah, yeah. A beaver's got to build, what a beaver's got to build, or something like eat or chew or whatever.
Oh man.
Yeah, and Roxanne's little red squirrel is so cute. I
Mhm.
did see chipmunks for the first time this past weekend, and they were so tiny and cute. And we did go by and see Punxsutawney Phil
Oh,
and
nice.
Phyllis in their den, sleeping.
Hmm.
Um, and I took the kid out by Gobbler's Knob. We took pictures and everything, so that when we see it on TV in February, that's like, this is
We
where
were
this
there.
happens.
Been there, done that.
You were there. You're not there now, but you were there because
Yep.
it's really cold when they do that there. I'm
Oh
not.
yeah, in
I'm
February.
not driving in the mountains in the snow.
No,
I
thank
am
you.
not a mountain girl. I'm a flatlander for
Hmm.
sure.
And now Puxatawny Phil, that's in Pennsylvania, isn't it though?
Hmm.
Where
Yeah,
in like Pennsylvania? Like Pennsylvania is like a
very
rectangle.
west.
Very west. Okay.
Hmm. I think it's about like an hour and a half from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So
Yeah, with the Clash coming up. Are you going to the Clash?
yes, I am.
Okay, I saw that you. So last night on Rico's stream, Geek Boy was generous enough to give away
Hmm.
his ticket. I saw that you had entered. Dee Dee,
Yep.
have you bought your ticket yet?
No, I haven't because.
I would like to purchase your ticket. I want to
Oh, you
buy
don't
your
need
ticket.
to.
I don't know. I
Oh,
know I don't need to. I want to because Dee Dee, you do so much for
oh,
so
that's
many people.
sweet.
So many people, you do so much. Like I said, you're Nate Dogg. If you want a number one track, you got to put Nate Dogg on it. So I want you at the Clash so bad. I can't wait to hug you. So I'm going to be paying your ticket. Uh,
Oh,
yes,
thank you, thank
I'm gonna
you.
call. I'm gonna message Scotty today and let him know that uh, your ticket is purchased because I'm going to purchase it. But
Oh, well, thank you.
I saw
That's
that
sweet.
last night. I was like, oh my god, I can give it to Dee Dee because everyone was
Well,
going to giving
I
it to
was
Bunny.
trying to win it for Bunny.
Right, because everybody was going for Bunny. I'm like, everybody's going to give it to Bunny, but I am making sure that you were there with us, and I cannot wait to hug you and squeeze you and giggle with you, and it's just going to be so much fun. But you do so
It is
much
gonna be fun.
for so many people, Dee Dee. Not even here on YouTube, but in
Hmm.
your real life too. So,
Hmm.
and you never ask for anything, so I want to give you something, and you're just
Oh,
an
thank
amazing human
you.
being, and I cannot wait to see you. You're speaking of Bunny, Bunny Viper.
There's the bunny. There's the bunny. But I've had my reservations since December, I believe,
Okay.
January, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I
And
just and that MSG Mystery Stone Guardians was like, you need to get it because I just got mine, and I had gone on there and there were no rooms left. So I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to get a Airbnb or find another hotel close by. And then Mystery was like, I just got mine. I made Scotty open up more. Like, you should go try. So I got mine. So I got
Cool.
that. I'm not going to be able to buy it until here at the end of August. But yeah, my commissions got all messed up, but they're getting right here at the end of August. So I'm going to have money to buy your ticket because you are just amazing. And you do, again, so much for everybody. And you're so selfless that, damn it, somebody needs to do something for you. So I'm doing it.
Oh, yeah, people do a lot for me. They really do.
Yep. I know, but it's my turn now.
Well, I do appreciate it. It's just hard for me to accept stuff.
I
I,
know.
get- I, get- I get where like Rico comes from because I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah.
I like to do and not be.
Right. But you
Yeah.
are an amazing human being and you need to accept it.
Well, thank you. So,
You're welcome.
but it's like this. I wasn't even going to buy a ticket.
Mhm.
I was just going to go because I know they're going to take your money at the door. So
Right.
they're just going to let you in.
Yeah.
I've got my room, so that part's
Gotta give you the
done.
wristband.
Yeah, they're gonna take. They're like sure. So
Mhm. Mhm.
so I wasn't worried about that. I hate online ordering and
Mhm.
doing all that stuff. But
Yeah.
I told my cousin, I said, "Don't be out there playing with that daggone dog because they're going to stay here while we go because the kid is going to brick and mortar school this year, so they've got to come and stay here."
Right.
And broke arms or what? You got to babysit this time. I had to back out of Aquashella Orlando because of she broke both her wrists and
Ugh.
and she told me, she said, you still should have gone, I'd have been okay. It's like, really?
Come on. You
But,
broke
I
both your
mean,
wrists.
who's gonna wipe your hiney? You
I got
can't
the
do
hose set
anything
up
for
out back.
anybody.
I got the hose set up out back. I just got to squat.
Like we got a new bidet. It's called a hose planted through two cinder blocks.
Mhm.
Just turn her on and blast it.
Oh no! I thought it was on the shower adjustment. Oh no! It was on the stream.
Have you ever used a bidet?
I have not. I never
Me
have.
either. I
There
want
was
one though.
one. There was one in Chicago at the hotel we were staying at, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't want. No, thank you.
I must have said something because you know how they just pop up on your phone in the
Of course.
advertisements.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
yeah,
Well, back when
know.
the toilet paper shortage, that was like every other commercial on my phone was the bidet that, like, oh, you just hook it up and it's so easy and everything like that. And it's like, do we actually need it? Because we did not get any toilet paper, and so like we got like the half ply stuff. That was just horrible.
You get
And
what
it's
you
like,
could get though.
do we need a bidet? Should we get a bidet? Like, no, it's fine. But yeah. As Sharpie said, hose pipe and a great band name.
My fan of it.
Man, there's
Yeah,
Fishy, Kurt.
that's for one of those dress them up sort of band times.
Hmm. Yeah, and Joe Stan makes up a good point. Do you still need paper to dry off? Like, is it drip dry? Is there a little fan attachment built in?
You don't have to. You can just stand there till you air dry. If
Well,
if push
little
comes to
shimmy, shimmy, shake.
shove,
Little shimmy,
if you
shimmy,
ain't
shake.
got if you don't have paper, you got to do what you got to do.
Hmm.
But we've got trees out back.
Hmm.
Now, wintertime, it might be a little problem because, it's just everything goes away. There's no leaves.
You gotta get a clump of
So,
grass.
them twigs, that would be kind of rough.
Oh
But,
man, yeah, the dry leaves, the crunchy leaves are not as fun as this green leaves.
so after it washes you, it blows you dry.
I guess so. I mean, how else? Because you're not supposed, it's there to replace paper. You're getting wet. Obviously, got to dry. But I use the old fashioned, and it's so funny potty training the kids too. And it's like, Ava, you gotta wait front to back, not back to front, because she just goes whoop. I was like, no, front to back. It's like, oh, okay, whoop. Front to back. It's super cute, and then Max just doesn't even want to sit on the
Well,
floor.
and but you have to Teach them. Because
Yeah,
if not,
like,
you're going to
well,
be sick.
well, was it you or someone else who told me to put Cheerios in the toilet for Max? And then we have a little stool for
It
him to
was,
step up on, and I was showing him, like, "You
oh,
ain't
so
for
he
the
could try
Cheerios,
to,
bud."
oh, to try to kill it.
Yeah, chasing around the toilet bowl and everything like that.
It
The only
wasn't me, but that's a good idea.
yeah, so he uses it, for number 1, but for number 2, he doesn't wanna sit on it. And I think it's because one time he sat down not in the hole, but in the front, and so it kinda knocked the knockers, if you will, so he now doesn't wanna sit down on the toilet, so, it's super funny where we got him to go number
Oh,
1. He
Lord.
loves peeing outside. I mean, who doesn't? But he loves like, we had to stop him from peeing outside, like, in the middle of a busy crowd, like, he'll immediately just go, "Whoo," pull his pants down,
Well, little
and
kids, people can overlook little kids, but if you were to try it, you go to jail.
me just woof. I'm just waiting for him to do the this pose while doing it.
Look at me! Look what I can do!
I'm writing my name. Oh man,
Oh Lord, Matt,
yeah.
you're so sick.
You eat them as a reward. Yeah, you gotta catch it. You gotta catch it before they get flushed. No.
And here's a sicker one for you.
Go back to fun for a snack. Oh man, and then mysteries. She's got good. Um, for pooping, put them facing the lid and give them a dry erase to dry. Very nice. It would be great if my wife didn't use the back of the toilet as an organizing for all her hair tools, blow dryer and hair curler and everything else like that. So we gotta move that.
Well, let's fill up a coffee cup real quick.
Okay. With what?
Jess is like, I'm gonna kill them when I get back.
I'm gonna show them number 2.
All right, clock. Got to get up out of this bed. Gotta brush these fangs and find something to wear.
Yes, I bet so. Wow.
Well,
Yes,
we got
yeah.
one thing correct so far. She wants the coffee cup played, so we did that. Oh, me. And Patty loves the elevator music because it makes me want to put one foot in and one foot out and do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around.
Really, that's what it's all about.
Mhm. Hokey pokey?
Yep.
That's what it's all about.
I was actually addicted to the hokey pokey,
Oh,
but
you were you?
yeah, I turned myself around though.
Well, you don't have to adjust the light right now, do you, or anything?
No, no, I don't. It would
Okay,
just be
because I know sometimes the lighting is bad at your house.
yes. The lighting is good today. The lighting is not being worn. Fergie used to drop his drawers and pee in the park anywhere in public.
Yeah,
Exactly how Max is.
yeah.
Luckily, he's still in pull-ups, so we can't just yank him down really quick. And well, he can, but usually he gets the pants first. And if you're paying attention, it's like, oh, okay, Max, let's go potty.
And we have Grant, and we have a Noski came in, and the Garden of Eater Grant, which I'm sure
Grant. Oh, and Jess looks like
Shelby's close by.
she just met up with Jerry and is following him to the shop.
Oh, cool. Well, she's going to get a tour probably.
Oh, so jelly.
I need to tell you to take a potty break. Well, it's all about the surprise. Hey. Uh-oh. Kelly kept putting it on pretty thick.
Well, it's going to be gone here. I was so upset. So I was supposed to get a haircut back June, like in June, and so then July was just hell. between it being coffee and the sounds, I have to pee and poo now. Thanks, morning show.
And we
Between
keep
the
you regular. Just tune in Monday,
yep,
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. You can't go Wednesday or the weekend.
we'll clear you out.
Have to get some Miralax on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Oh my gosh.
Good morning to you,
Oh
and
my
I'm
Lanta.
Robert. And there is Shelby.
Shelbs.
Oh Lord. Oh man. So, have you gotten any new fish this week?
No, but I have made a decision.
What you do?
I'm going to after this camping trip, I'm going to be rehoming my 4 koi angel fish, and then
Oh,
also my 3 dwarf pike cichlids, and then also my 20 diamond tetra. I am I'm going nano. I'm going nano. I love nano
okay.
fish. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love cichlids. I'm still gonna have cichlids. I still have my discus. I'm still gonna keep my checkerboard cichlids in my small tank. But I really want to start um, having a guppy mosh pit. And so
Oh
I
yeah.
I have when I bought a bunch of dwarf quarries, there were 3 tiny guppy fry that came with it. So I'm like, oh, you know what? If they survive, here I'll put them in my super 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 chill community tank. See if they survive. So they did, and 2 became female and 1 became male. So I'm like, well, that's perfect. And just now, over the last month, they've just started pumping out babies after babies after babies after babies after babies after babies after babies, which is just so much fun. And I realized that I love breeding fish. I love it. I love babies. I love my little Adolfo Icories. I'm so sorry, Steven. I'm not rubbing it in. Every time I post something about my Icories, I feel like I'm rubbing it in Steven's face. And I swear it's not. I swear. Maybe. So,
Do what you got to do.
but I love seeing baby fish. I love it. And I don't have the setup for breeding.
Mhm.
So, guppy is just guppies, something that can take care of their own, something that like the dwarf pike cichlids are going to want to defend their babies. The angelfish are going to want to defend their babies and everything
Mhm.
like that. So I really don't have space for them to put them in their own tanks to prevent any additional casualties or anything like that. So I've really taken on. I've got all my friends all set. I never sell any of my fish. Like if I'm rehoming my fish, Kelly Foreman, I respect to the 10,000th degree, where she never gets rid of any of her fish. Her fish that she sets up are her fish for life, and I completely respect that. I cannot do that at all. I am a real big changer, but what I do with my fish is they're again, I'm not like a weird like they're my babies or anything like that, but they're my stewards. I'm in charge of their well-being. So to that effect, I always make sure I rehome them to people who are going to give them good homes and also going to provide for them. And if they do end up selling them or moving them, they're going to continue that path. So I've set it up with my friends to give these fish away and everything. And so when I get back, I'm going to be moving the guppies over. I'm going to be moving the Adolphi cories over, and then also the L183s. So I have L201s and L183s that I'm going to try to start breeding in the 75. And yeah, I have like now like 30 guppies. So and now I'm sure those are going to turn into 90, turn into 270, turn into 600. So but I love seeing baby fish, and I'm not going to be able to do that with these big cichlids around, or
Right.
they're just in my 29 gallon, and my 29 gallon, these guppies are going to overrun it here in a month. So after and coming up for the Keystone Clash, I'm in the aquascaping competition. So I want to practice, taking to get these dwarf pike cichlids out there just super fast. So the angelfish I can kind of rope a dope and
Hmm.
whatnot and get it into the net, but the pike cichlids are way too smart. So I have a bunch of crags and rocks I'm gonna have to take out, and then again, but I get to practice my escaping skills and everything like that. So I'm I'm super excited. So I'm definitely going to be moving more towards the nano side of things. I only have two pencil fish left, so I'm going to get more pencil fish in the tank because they're not going to go after any babies. And um, yeah. Well, see now Kelly, she's going to be getting rid of the rice fish, but that's because you have an overabundance of rice fish. Like if you just had,
And they're in the pond outside, right?
I think so, yeah.
Which you don't have any control over the population. You just get what you get when
Yeah,
you shut it down.
exactly. And if you guys aren't on Steven and Rico's uh, fish Discord,
Hmm.
Kelly's been posting some awesome pictures of a rice fish over there where she was saying rice fish aren't really meant to be viewed from the side; they're meant to be viewed from above. And
Hmm.
like her orange rice fish and her white like platinum rice fish just like are like little coins swimming around in this pond. They're so shiny,
Yeah.
it's so cool.
Hmm.
But get on the Steven or Rico's fish cord or Discord. I call it
Yeah,
fish cord.
Discord. That's true.
Yep.
Well,
What about you,
even the
D?
when I put my blue platies out in the pond last year,
Hmm.
when you could see them at the top, they were the prettiest things. It was like fluorescent lights turned on because they're those weird blue ones like Steven has,
Yeah.
and depending on which tank I put them in, sometimes they may look dark blue, and then you put it under a different light, and it looks like metallic blue. It's
Yeah.
the same fish; it just moved
Right.
him from one tank to the other. So out in the sun, those things are beautiful. Of course, I about moved all them on. I give them to my an LFS of a it's about an hour away, and I like to race fish for her,
Hmm.
and I just give them to her, to
Right.
help her out because it's a small store,
Hmm.
and the town that she's in is it's just a poor town, just not a lot of income there.
Hmm.
But I actually ordered, was it blue dragon guppies from Jess? And now I finally got babies that are big enough now. I ordered them for her so I
Right.
could carry them to her store.
Aw.
So when I told her about it, she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And she says, "Can I get some red ones too and some white ones?" I was like, "I don't have that many
Like
tanks
that.
right now.
Yeah.
I got two tanks of guppies.
When
I don't even."
possible, yes, but and then
So
Steven
we'll do the blues for a while. Then maybe I'll get a red set from Jess, and
got
start
Red
some reds
Dragon
for
or
her. But yeah, just to give her something different because they never have anything different,
hmm
and try to help her boost up her little things in the store. If you've been in business a long time, a lot of times they fall in that rut where they order, oh, I'm gonna get four of this and eight of these and two of these and one of that, whatever.
Yep, neon
So
tetras, mollies, platies, or something like that. And it's just like, no, you didn't get these like super awesome, cool blue guppies. Like, oh my god, I've never seen those before. Like, It's so cool. But it looks like Steven also said that Discord has a super awesome fat kitty head emoji, which it does.
I've got to remember um, to go. I don't think to go in there for some. I just have not gotten in the habit.
Mhm.
I finally got on the Facebook and the Messenger thing. Finally got that. Like, okay, let me check. Let me check.
Right.
But now I haven't blended in Discord. Well, I don't have it on my computer. I have it on my phone. So
Yep. I have it on my
unless I'm sitting there on my phone. Oh, he found out what it was. It was his shrimp from Grant. I got one of these little cool text messages that said, um, from Amazon.com, it said if someone tried to log into your Amazon account from another country / China. If
Mhm.
this is you, don't worry about it. You don't need to do anything. But if not, click this link.
Never click.
And the link says blah 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 CONFUX dot.
Yep.
So
Like
con.
Amazon-y.
So it's like, sure. So I just reported it as spam, but it's like, how many people? Because it says to make your account accessible by clicking this or something
Yeah.
like that. It's like, so many
You
people
have
would panic and just click, like, oh my God, somebody's trying to get in my account.
Yeah, but there's so many scammer stuff like that. And the terrifying one now is people will call you and say, hey, this is so and so. I'm a friend of Max, and he's been arrested. He needs $1,300
Yeah.
to get bailed out right now. And these naive grandparents or parents are like, oh my God, they won't try to contact Max or anything like that. They'll just immediately be like, oh my God, okay, how can I give you this money? Like, oh, you want to give us $1,300 in Walmart gift cards, and then we can
Hmm.
bail them out. It's like, what are you doing? No. So I always try to protect my parents. I always tell them like, I will never have anyone else call you for for bail money or anything like that. Always call me first if anybody says that I'm in trouble or anything like that. So watch out for scams of like that. And here, even on Facebook, people will scam stuff, and it's just so annoying. Like they'll create pages like an RV page, like, oh hey, we're giving away a free RV. Click like, comment, and share. And what
Yeah.
they'll do is, so Facebook, it's it's a social media platform, but it's an information gathering um, platform. So it's not there for your amusement. It's there to grab your information and to sell it to other people. So what they'll do is the list of people that the scammers sees shared it, they'll go through and be like, okay, I want this person's information, I want this person's information, I want this person's information, I want this person's information. And Facebook will go, okay, here's their email address, here's their phone number, here's everything. T-shirt scams. Unfortunately, Mystery Snail Guardians Facebook page or Facebook group was targeted by a scammer like that. What they'll do is they'll go in there and they'll say, hey, who wants a free T-shirt? And they'll see people who, oh, me, here, and then they'll one-off message those people like, oh, here, claim your free Mystery Snail Guardian shirt here, and have that CONFEX dot link and everything like that. So it's super frustrating. I know that I work at a security software company or a part of it, and really now you never want to, like, you can put 10,000 locks on the front door, but if somebody leaves the door wide open, it doesn't make any sense. So what you have to do is you have to have security on the inside. You already have to assume that somebody's inside your system. That's how you get the most protected and everything like that. You'll see these companies, these, like Marriott. Oh, we had a data breach and we didn't know for 6 months. That's because you
Yeah.
didn't have motion sensors on the inside. You had 10,000 locks and a chain link fence and 3 guard dogs on the outside, but you didn't have any motion sensors on the inside, showing that there was movement going on. And like, oh God, Kelly, that's so. Luckily, a lot of credit card companies or banks will work with the person to reimburse them and things like that. But a lot of times they won't. So it's it's so
as he deserved it.
Lots of glitter. Came from the
Well,
Pacific
I
Northwest.
am super scared to push buttons. When I say it says, "Are you
Yup.
sure?" It's like, I ain't sure. I'm not
They
doing
get
it.
me. They get me too. Like, cause I use Amazon and like, hey, there's something wrong with your Amazon account, and sometimes it'll be like they're wrong with your Amazon, like spelled all wrong, and it's kind of like, oh, okay. But then it's all
Hmm.
almost like, hey, your package is being delayed. Like, oh crap, I wanted that fish light. I just ordered a Fluval 3.0. Like, oh my god, it should be. What do you mean it? Wait a second, this is a scam. So always, if you get a text message, if you get a call, hang up, delete it, and go to the actual website. Do not follow links from your phone. Always go to the actual website and see what's going on. My dad has done that several times. Contacted companies like, "Hey, you said my account's suspended." No, out, stand in the middle of the street with a rake. You're speeding. Slow down. Slow down. So like he would call companies, be like, "Do you understand that somebody's trying to beat you?" They're like, yeah, it happens every day." Okay, well, you need to do something about it because the people are going to be scammed, and it's just like we're trying. My dad's like hounding them, trying to do it. Oh
Well,
man.
somebody did try. Facebook blocked my account on Friday because somebody attempted to get in.
Hmm.
So I couldn't check my Facebook the whole weekend because
Oh
I
man.
couldn't get in it either because I don't know my password.
No, you just have
It
it
was
auto save.
here,
Auto
you
save.
know. So I had to wait till I got back home and check it
Mhm.
and go in it that way. Oh, I'm fixing to lose power. I haven't plugged in my computer today.
Oh,
Duh. I just got a picture from Foxy.
oh, nice.
Look at the little baby,
No, a little squirrely.
little
Squirrel.
Terry.
Looks like a little red squirrel.
Yep. And he's stretching out here.
Oh man, that's a cutie. Matt, what it means for your item has been delivered to an agent for final delivery, it usually means the post office has handed it off to a private, um, like delivery person. But I will be right back.
I didn't know they did that.
I will be right back. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll be right back.
Oh, he's got to go. We talked all that mess this morning, and now he's got to go. I don't know. The only time I've kind of seen a message like that is when it was like a RHL truck or something that brought my CO2 art stuff. But I don't know. It's all, I just don't know. Maybe Grant. Maybe Grant can shed some light if that's however he sent it. Maybe check with him. But I will say one thing. Our USPS is probably the better delivery thing around here because I do get my um, mail kind of early. So even if I get my fish sent straight here, they're usually, excuse me, still cool. Now, the last stuff, Roxanne sent it to be held at the post office, which is okay with me too. But, and that worked out fine too. It's just we have to go drive, pick it up. But I could see like where Steven is the last person on the route, or like Jimmy P. He didn't get his mail one night till 9 o'clock, and he basically got plant mush because I sent him plants, and it. I did pay for the 3 day, and I sent it off on Monday. He got it Saturday night at 9 o'clock. So, and I'd put it in a little insulated bag and all, but and that's probably the only thing that helped him at all. And good morning, Debbie Holding. How are you this morning? So overall, I'm satisfied with the postal service. They're just as good as anybody here because, you know, they sit out there in the heat in the UPS trucks. So, oh my gosh. See, Kelly, I usually get my stuff before the morning stream is over. So, and it's very rarely that it comes after 12. It's about 11:30 most of the time. So, um, I got me some fish this week. I found one butterfly hillstream loach in Wilmington, where Paul Sotero lives, and I've got that little bad boy. And of course, I hope it's still in there alive. Can't see. I've got too many plants in the tank, but I'm so excited to find it because you cannot find them here ever, and I couldn't find any online either. Everybody was always out when I was looking for them. And good morning, Atom. Yep, just got to watch the cameras. Are you not home? No. And oh Lord, that's the best thing is the cameras. You can find out what's going on. But anyways, they're in quarantine. I've got the little hillstream loach and some diamond tetras. I just thought they were pretty, and they're in quarantine. Everybody else is out of quarantine now, so they're in their own tanks. But last night I was going around taking pictures, and because I got a lot of nano fish from Foxy. I've sort of gone into nano fish since I'm doing the shrimps. And so these are all kind of like new for me. The only thing I really knew before were like ember tetras. But so I sent her like a million pictures walking around looking at my tanks. There's some of my little shrimps. Oh, I don't know how to make this. See if I can do this correctly. Oh. I'm gonna get fired now for sure. I'm learning how to push buttons. Where'd you go, Shrimpy? Oh. And I've got some of the coolest Kubota. Let me see if I can figure out which tank they were in. Oh, this was the cutest. I got a bamboo shrimp with two 24-karat gold shrimp on his back. They must have been attracted to his stripe. I don't know. It's like, oh my gosh. You know, and these little bamboo shrimp, they're ugly, but they're so cool to watch. They look like water bugs or something. Oh. Come on.
I'm back, baby.
You back?
I'm back. My boss called me.
Oh, I'm showing off some of my shrimps. I was taking pictures of the baby pictures last night. Oh, that one I can't get a good. There's a little bowl. I have these little glass bowls in the tanks to feed them.
Right.
But I was trying to show Foxy some of her babies.
Your rainbow fish are beautiful behind you.
Let's see. I think these are these exclamation point tetras.
Resboreals?
Yeah, those boys.
Look like it. They have a little dot at the back, but I don't see the line on the body. I am not a Rasbora expert by any means, though.
Oh, and these are those. And this camera doesn't do good on the.
Is that the rice fish?
The green Kubota, whatever, how you say it.
I always say kombucha, but it's not right.
Kombucha.
Kabama?
They are super duper pretty, and that camera will not show it to y'all. Man, they're like lime green when you look at them. Does anybody know what kind of car this is?
Tesla.
Oh, okay, because it pulled out in front of me yesterday. Well, I let him out, and and it says dual motors on the back. And I thought, what? And I'm here to tell you, like when he turned off into the road and needed to get into the turning lane, he was going like that. Like a spaceship took off. It was like, wow. And you didn't hear it. So,
yeah. Did you know that Teslas are illegal to sell here in Michigan?
No, I didn't.
You cannot sell a Tesla here in Michigan because of the big three. They don't want the electric cars.
And it's break time.
Just in time for break time.
Yeah, I guess they want us to take a break. Somebody's got to go tinkle, I guess, maybe.
Max?
So we're going to play the members only song. Go, Pete.
It's a live ever mosh pit. So watch it, don't knock it, drop and fry every day, ain't gon' stop it. People saying hey and whoa and take it slow, it's out of control, but they don't know I got a mother-loving biome. Nature! So leave it alone, they're doing fine in a happy home. Making babies with their fathers and mothers and sisters and brothers is kinda gross, but you know that's the way it goes. Now I'm in the midst of a colony blitz. It all started with a batch of fry. The mama died, but the baby survived and grew up and thrived. Then the guppies kicked the breeding into overdrive. What was accidental and incremental blew up into an exponential and totally mental experimental hit. And the fish police threw a fit. I guess they just couldn't handle my live bearer mosh pit. Best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spine or time to hear you whine. Stop the fish police! I'm making hybrids I desire to acquire and combine entire lines designed to inspire and surprise and advertise the rise of my monkey fighting live bearer empire. You're looking all distraught, you think it's overstocked, but you got no shot to sway me, you're an afterthought. Yeah, I got guppies getting blitzed on duckweed. Had enough of these, well they don't stop and neither do we. You might call it a challenge, it's a foot per gallon. Your rationale is sound, but it's a little unfounded, 'cause I'm gonna be crowned as the best flippin' mud guppy breeder around. On this earth, then my mutts, I assert, are gonna make you a convert to a chaotic tank that doesn't take much effort or the hand of an expert. Look, all I did was rap and 5 guppies just gave birth. Best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine, 'cause you best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plants with fish food. Don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun. I got the new genetics for the color theoretics, a different aesthetic. It's cosmetic and frenetic. If you don't get it, I do. I got a vision, it's eidetic. And your derision, well, it's really quite pathetic. Uh-oh. Now you see a bunch of platies, they're looking fatty. You think it's fatty, and the plants are overgrown, getting kinda ratty. It's alright, little laddie. Just look me in the eye and tell me who's your daddy. Best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. You might think from this rhyme that I'm mucking up guppy lines. Ain't got no crooked spines or time to hear you whine, 'cause you best not front on me about this company, 'cause you can't spell guppy without that one and only G. If you wanna do like I do, fertilize the plant with fish food. Don't fret about being overrun, just chill and have some fun. Yeah. You think I give a fudge about some algae? What, you afraid of shiznit getting too natural up in this biznatch? Good sir, dispose of your TDS meter, for it measures organic and inorganic solids, and it's more beneficial to learn the chemistry of your water. Thank you very much. If you wanna do like I do, fertilizing plants with fish poo, don't fret about being overrun. Just chill and have some fun.
Get them, Jess.
That was so cool. Oh my God. That was the first time I ever saw that video of Jess riding the horses. That was so cool.
That's her old intro.
Oh my gosh. That was so
And
awesome.
there's a lot of new people that don't know that side of
No, I
Jess.
don't.
You know, so
That takes so much strength in order to turn with the horse like that. That's insane.
I used to barrel race too. I loved it.
Oh my God. Like one of the reasons why I love driving so much is for the G forces, like going around corners and getting slammed
Yeah.
in the side. Like I can just imagine like turning that horse around the barrel, just have to lean into it and have it fling you back
Yeah,
up.
because
And,
you're almost at a little split second. You're almost stopped, and then when you make that one little area of that barrel, you got to go again,
mm-hmm. And
like
it's back up
wide
on
open, right up
yeah.
underneath you.
Yeah.
It's fun. Woo! But
I never knew that. That's so crazy. I thought she just raised horses. You know, I didn't know she raised horses. That's nuts.
She's actually got a
Sharpie.
championship, like a big time championship thing
That's
on
cool.
that. And I think she did cutting horses, reining horses.
Mm-hmm.
Now I did English and Western pleasure, and I just got a few little trophies I brought with me.
Oh, nice.
That's when I won like the circuit championship. It's see the little barrel racing horsey.
Yeah.
That is cross stitch, and I had that on my barrel racing shirt. It took me like 6 months to make that thing. And the little teeny tiny squares.
And you're
then
keeping
you pull
it.
The square. Yeah, so I cut the shirt out and made me something that could keep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't have much left on my horse riding days. But yeah. And I've noticed that a lot of people that do fish, the ladies especially, are former horse people. Joe Shrimp Shack's a horse person. I mean, you just see this one side course, almost all of us have dogs and cats, or
Mhm.
both, or one or the other. But birds,
Right.
yeah, just something about us.
That's where I was so flabbergasted that Rico was a bird watcher and and
I'm a
Rack
bird watcher.
and is with Bird Garden and everything. So as my friends always make fun of me. Like, hey, my grandma called, she wants her hobby back. And things like that for me going out bird watching. But it's so cool to meet other people who are into fish and birds. Like, oh my God.
Oh, there was a good picture of a kingfisher where it went down in the water to get its
Mhm,
fish, and the camera is like watching. You see the bubbles up
mhm.
around it. That was sharp.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was planned, and they worked for days to get that picture.
mhm. Yeah, there was
So
something online of like right when the king fisher's beak like hits the water, like it's like the perfect mirror image of like the bird and everything. And the person was like, I tried over 10,000 shots in 7 years to get this shot or something like that. Like, holy cow, dude.
yeah,
Get
yep.
a different hobby.
Good morning, George Aquaballs. She probably could once upon a time. I don't know if she still can.
Oh, I'm a plant and mushroom person too, Kelly. And just not a big, huge I'm a bird nerd, really. So
A bird nerd.
bird nerd.
What's the word, nerd?
Mama ma uma meow meow, mama meow meow, mama ma uma meow meow.
Oh yeah, Alex, I saw this one too. An osprey's flying, carrying a stick, and then the little red-winged blackbird is on the stick.
Yeah,
He's got his little wings out, like maybe just like in case if he falls,
yeah.
but
I can
he's catching a
show
free
you the
ride.
world.
It's like, now that's an opportunist right there,
Jennifer Weaver
and
says,
brave too.
yeah, looks like Jennifer Weaver says, how was doing a big year? Exhausting. Um, put a huge, like, thank goodness I was not married then. That was when Gina and I was just a fiance. So I could disobey her a little bit more than I can now. But yeah, it was grinding, 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 grinding. Was just every single day doing a big year. That's where you try to find as many birds in an area. So I just did Oakland County here in Michigan, and I set the record for 228 different species.
Wow,
But yeah, just grinding. I found a Kirtland warbler on migration. Like, yeah, it's in Michigan. Like Kirtland warbler, there's only 2,000 to 3,000. Well, actually, now there may be up to 6,000 birds, estimated up to 6,000 birds. But this little bird that you can fit like three of them in the palm of your hand. They're tiny. That it winters in the Bahamas and then flies all the way across the nation to breed in northern Michigan, a little bit in Ontario, a little bit in Wisconsin, and a little bit in the Upper Peninsula. But they breed in jack pine environments, and there's only 6,000 of them, so they're
oh,
horribly hard to find on migration. Usually at migration traps like McGee Marsh in Ohio, or thing like off the North Carolina coast, where they make landfall. But my body, I heard the bird before I saw it, and my body knew what it was because I study, like I read bird books, and then I have my Sibley's app on my phone, and I play the song of the bird as I'm reading about it. So it's like subconscious, like I listen to the bird while I read about it, so that way I learn the song, everything like that. So I walk into my little patch, like right behind my house, this little abandoned 5 acres that's just wooded and kind of has different habitats. And I walk in, and like literally 2 minutes in, I hear the blah, 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 yip, yip, blah, 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 yip, yip. And I'm like, what is that? And like, I literally start to shake, like my body, like, and I get an adrenaline rush. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then my brain clicks, and I'm like, that is a Kirtland warbler. That is a Kirtland warbler. And so I race. I try to find it. I can't find it. It's like it's going across trails. It's never like sitting still or anything like that. And I didn't have a camera at the time, so I immediately got on the bird Facebook page. I was like, "Oh, somebody get here with a camera!" So my buddy Wayne came, and we were trying to get pictures of it. He heard it. He saw it fly, across the trail and everything, but um, we never got pictures of it. But you do not need photo evidence for your big year, but the
Wow.
whole bird Alex just asked that, but the whole birding community is built on your reputation. And
Yeah.
so if you're like, oh hey, I think I have a Kirtland warbler, and people come out and like, hey dude, it's freaking magnolia warbler. What are you talking about? Like people are going to start to not believe you or not. The boy who cried wolf. So I came onto the scene and just exploded. Was just like, oh hey, here I have a greater scop, a duck. They're like, there's no greater scop. Do not come onto inland lakes. They're out in the Great Lakes. What are you talking about? They're not in inland lake in Oakland County. And then my buddy Jeff Stacy came out. He's like, holy crap, that's greater scop. Okay, yeah. Hey everybody, there's a greater scop here on Wixom Lake. Everybody get over here. So, and then I found a buff-breasted sandpiper. Nobody believed me then. Jeff Stacy and my buddy John came out. Was like, oh my God, there's a buff-breasted sandpiper here in this field at John Arn 14 Mile. Like, oh my God, what the heck is it doing? Because I always try to bird. When I was beginning birding, I was terrified of being judged. I'm always terrified of being judged, but it's just a weird
Hmm.
guy walking around with binoculars. Like, what are you looking at? Birds, sure.
Terror.
Birds. Yeah, right. So I would try to go to these places that wasn't, highly trafficked. Like Stony Creek Metro Park is just a huge park. It has great habitat, but it's 10 million different people. So if you're trying to look at a bird, somebody comes riding, barreling by on a bike and, scares it away. So I always try to do these little patches that nobody's going to be in or anything like that. And I didn't realize that it was so much more shady to do that. As I found a lot of I found a man who was naked in the woods. That was that wasn't fun. And
Oh,
a lot of
he's like, hey.
yeah, it's like, yeah, apparently a lot of men like to meet other men in nature for nature walks.
Hmm. They're
And
bird watching.
yeah, a different kind of bird. So peacocking,
Woodpeckers.
peacocking, if you will. And and so there's also a lot of paraphernalia that you find along the way. So you want to wear hard shoes so you don't step on any needles or anything like that. And where I found the Kirtland warbler, you would not want to go in there like unaware of people. Like luckily I lived there. Like I made friends with all the homeless people who lived in that little area and everything like that, and brought them food and old clothes and everything like that. So they are always my friends and looking out for me. But I always told people, do not go back there with your $10,000 cameras or anything like that. Just leave it in your car. Just bring your point and shoot. That you gotta do that. Yeah. But
Be ready.
But bird watching for me, it's you get to see something you've never seen before in your life. Like when I first started. Like how often can you say that? That's something I've never seen before in my life. I like not on the computer, like, but actually experience, like have an experience with this animal and whatnot. And thank goodness I met Tom Hintz, this amazing 3-time champion World Series birder, world renowned birder. His job is taking people on bird trips and showing them birds around the world. Amazing. Where I was in this like area, it was next to a sewage plant. It was like the sewage plants uh, abatement for this like subdivision. So, but there was great bird habitat. So I was walking in, and a minivan pulled up, and I'm like, what are they doing? And so the window rolls down and goes, "Excuse me, are you a birder?" And this is right when I first started too, and like no one had ever called me a birder. Like I was a bird watcher, bird watcher, bird watcher, birder. I'm a birder. Like, yeah, I'm a birder. It's like, oh, we've never been here before. There was a Nashville warbler reported here. Can you show us around? I'm like, oh my god, yes, I want to be a bird guide, of course. So I had no idea who this guy was or his wife. So we're going along. I'm like, oh, here's a oh god, why can't I think of the woodpecker now?
Woody?
Well, here's a downy woodpecker. Here's a hairy woodpecker. Oh, here's a chipping sparrow, like just totally normal birds and whatnot. And so we walk along, and this guy is like, "Hey, do you mind if I pish?" And I'm, yeah, it's like, well, you need to go to the bathroom, just go over there. No, but pishing is making bird alarm noises. Like all the birds know each other's alarm noises. It's the same thing if an Italian guy came screaming, running down the street. Like you would know there was something wrong going down there where he came from because
Don't know what it is, but
right. You don't speak Italian, but you know there's something wrong down there. So same thing with birds. So he was like, "Do you mind if I fish?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." I every single time I tried to do it, I just scared birds away. Birds didn't come to me. So it's like you're supposed to. It's like calling birds to you. So he walks up and just.
oh yeah.
All right. This is a headphones warning. Headphone warnings for anyone. Headphone warning. But you want to do a distress call of a mammal, you can go and
Oh
kind of
yeah, that's good.
do squeaks like that. It's like a rat in distress or a mouse in distress or
Yeah,
like
something's getting it.
right. So people come in or birds come in and do it. So all these birds just come like right up into the bush that we're standing in, and I am just. Oh my god! Like birds, they're like, oh my god. He's like, oh yeah, here's a rusty blackbird. Never seen a rusty blackbird before. Like I'd gotten 3 lifers just like straight up in that bush. And he's like, okay, let's keep going. And I'm like, how did you do that? And he's like, oh, well, I'm actually a 3-time World Series birder champion, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
This is my wife. We're doing a big year here in Macomb County, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh my God. And so we're walking along, and I noticed with his accent, I love accents. I'm a huge linguistic person. And I'm like, are you Canadian? And he's like, you a-hole. Like 20 minutes of meeting me, he's calling me an a-hole. He's like, I thought I could hide it better than that and everything. So yeah, he was Canadian and everything. And he was the head naturalist at Pelee National Park, which is the southernmost tip of Canada, for like 15
Canada.
years. Right.
Canada.
Canada. Canada. So he just moved here with his wife to Southeast Michigan. So I became best friends with him, and like he gave me all his bird knowledge, and he's just the sweetest guy in the world. Unfortunately, he and his wife moved down to Florida here, but they're honorary grandparents to my children, and they're just the sweetest, and they do so much. And like as much as he's taught me about birds, he's taught me about life as well. So he's just
Oh,
a mentor, not only in birds but in life, and I just cannot thank him and love him enough. But
the
Mr.
people in our lives, isn't it something?
I'll never
Yeah.
forget the first time we went birding and whatnot. I came home and I would tell Gina about it, and I'm like, dude, he even smells good. Gina's like, you have a fucking man crush. Like, what is wrong with you? You're talking about how he smells? Like, yeah, kind of obsessed.
Stephen just got out of the shower and thought there was freaking birds on the morning show. There's no telling what's going to be on this morning show.
Yep.
You did
This is
really
the
good
aerial
on your
morning show.
sounds. That was neat to listening to you do that.
Oh yeah, where I can do.
Give us another one real quick.
Eastern screech owl. There's northern cardinal. Chickadee, chickadee, dee 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 dee, chickadee dee 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 dee, and then there's the crow.
I love the crow.
Everybody.
Can you do a seagull?
Seagull. Oh no, Dee Dee, no, no one's perfect, okay? But there's no such thing as seagull. There's gulls. There's gulls that live by the sea. Also, if a gull is in a bay, it's technically a bagel. But yeah, that's a huge like thing in the birding world. People are like, it's not seagull, it's not seagull, it's gull. So there's tons of gulls, like herring gull, ring-billed gull, like glaucous wing gull, just a whole bunch of gulls. So people get really upset in the birding community when they say seagull. And if somebody's being a jerk or whatnot, I love saying like, oh, did you get any seagulls today? Like what kind of seagulls did you see today? If someone's being a real jerk about it, like, okay, you want to be a jerk about it? I can be a jerk too.
Kelly said, Eric, what's the owl that says, who cooks for you?
Oh, that is a barred owl. That's a.
Oh, we've got some of those around here.
Yep, barred owls are all over eastern United States. I don't know about western, but
We have the little white one that makes the What's the screech owl sound like?
A screech owl is the
Sounds like a cooing. We got those. And then we got the big ones with the horn looking tufts
great
up
horned
there.
owls, which those are
Yep.
not as ears. Owls' ears are just like ours, in
Yeah.
line just below their eyes. A lot of people like, oh, their ears are
Yeah,
up
they look
here.
like ears. It's just their
Yep.
tufts of their feathers.
Yep. That's that great horn.
We have some big ones. They'll get the kittens when the
Yep.
little feral cats start taking their kitties around to start
Dude.
teaching them to eat. They
Oh,
pick
man.
off the little kitties.
They don't just pick up the little kitties. So my friend in 1991, he put a wash barrel up in Metro Beach Park here in Clinton Township. He put a wash bin up in a tree, and great horned owls have been using it to breed in as nest in ever since the 90s. So every
Wow.
year he goes up there after they're done nesting. They clear the nest. He goes up there, cleans out and vacuums out all the stuff, and puts in new hay and everything like that. So one year he found 8 cat skulls, full grown adult cat skulls, and 16 tiny little kitten skulls. And he goes, every year there's cat bones, cat skulls up in there. And the thing too
Mm.
is that these owls they're teaching their young to kill. So they
Yeah.
don't kill these cats. They bring them there half dead and let the kids. So
Oh,
yeah, that's where I will die on that hill for feral cats, and outdoor cats need to be kept inside.
yeah. Good morning, Ricky, Ritesh.
For
That's
two.
like we were talking about people in your lives. When I lived in Pennsylvania, we moved down here when I was 5, so I don't remember a whole lot, but there was a couple that lived across the street, and I guess we used to go over there and play with their kids in the side yard.
hmm
But they were just nice people, and she would always ask about me from time to time. So this time when I was up there, I asked my cousin, I said, "Can you carry me by the house?" I think I recognize their house, but the house I grew up in is completely different than what I remembered it. They changed everything on it. So she took me over. I said, "Well, gosh, that was the right." I saw them sitting on the porch the day before, and it was just this cutest little old couple. They're in their 80s. So we park and go up, and she's blind now. But when I told her who I was, and I used to live across, you know, the street, she says, "Oh, you used to love to ride your little horses." And that's what she remembered me. I always wanted to be a horse when I was little.
hmm
And this is the horse that I had,
hmm
a Tony the
Oh,
pony.
man. On the
push
springs?
Well, no, he's on wheels.
Oh,
And
he's
he
on
had a
wheels.
little gas pedal on the other side by, like here's where you put your footrest.
Oh, you could drive him
But on the
around.
other side, you had a gas pedal like the little cars used to have.
Right.
And I used to ride him up and down, I guess, on the sidewalk. I kept that thing till I was like 12 years old. I'd have to tuck my knees up because my knees would hit the ground. I did not want to get rid of it. And my mama finally got rid of it probably one day when I was at school or something. But that was Tony
Oh,
the pony.
man.
I loved him. I still love
Oh,
him.
gee. All right. So that's what you're getting for Christmas is a Tony the Pony.
Uh,
Adult size Tony the Pony.
wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh, my God. Oh, man. That's where I was just too old. Like when they came out with the Corvettes and the little monster trucks that, or the Barbie car that kids could drive, like the little tiny little cars and whatnot. I was just too old enough that like the battery powered ones. Yep, send your death threats directly to me.
Kelly's on you about the cats.
Well, yeah,
But
that's the thing too.
now,
Is I love cats. Is I do not want owls killing these cats. Is that these cats should be kept inside. These
yeah,
cats should be kept inside,
a
or
cat
in
tried
a
to
cat run in a protected area, or a catio, or something where your cat can't go out and murder 10,000 birds or ruin other people's property. Like cats spread toxoplasmosis or plasmesis. I don't know how to exactly say it, but there's a bunch of cat diseases that cats can do. It's about the safety of the cat. The cat deserves to be safe inside a home, not where a coyote or a car is going to run over. A coyote is going to get it. It's just I love cat. I used to have a three-legged cat named Roger. He actually lost his front leg in a crocodile accident.
Oh,
That's not true at all. We just made it up because his name was Roger. We
it's a
always
good
said it
story.
in an Australian accent, but it
Everybody's
was
like,
just
"Oh my God, that's an
yeah,
awesome cat. He sure is lucky. How many
yeah,
lives did he burn up?"
only three. But he lost his left front leg to cancer. So my ex-girlfriend and I adopted him. And so it was really cool the way
Oh,
he would walk. Is so he would walk like a gangster. So he'd come into the room and like lean on his elbow and then get up, lean on his elbow. But if he was running, he used his front leg as a pogo stick. So literally it'd be like bungity 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 across the room and everything like that. I think it was just the cutest, longest hair. He could brush that cat for 4 or 5 hours. He did. You could brush him all day. He did not care. He loved being brushed. You could pet him anywhere, tummy, on the little toe beans. He had little cute like pink and black toe beans. Like, oh my god! Like you just sit there and just rub his toe beans. I loved it. Loved him so much. So I do love cats. I just don't like cats outside. Cats deserve
no.
the same safety that we deserve. Be kept inside and not left out to the elements. That's my whole thing. Cats need to be kept safe. And aqua balls, I do not hold anything against you. You gotta eat birds. You gotta eat birds, bro. Humans gotta eat, bro.
But it's like I had a little tiny rat terrier and a cat,
Hmm.
but they had a doggy door, so they could come and go as they please in my
Right.
fenced-in yard.
Mhm.
Well, the cat would shimmy up the tree and get on the roof, so it will not surprise Matt that I had a cat house. And you can find her on the roof line, and I do have some pictures. I need to find them.
Wow.
Well, apparently a hawk tried to get her,
Yep.
but she was a fat girl. And
Becky.
now he did tear off little clumps where the talons pulled in. He is, like pulled the whole skin, fur, everything all at one time. And she was really sore for a bunch of days. But from then on, when she go out in the yard, she'd be like looking around for the bird. And then trying to get my little dog one day. It's just I was pulling weeds out the flower bed, and I happened to look up, and he was coming down, but my little dog was right up against the chain link fence and under my clothesline, and it couldn't. Of course, I looked up, and he was like almost head level with me. He was on the move, and then
Mhm.
I guess he realized that there was a fence, and he couldn't do a swoop. So I grabbed my little girl, and
Yep.
so from then on, you just had to watch because he would sit in the trees and just wait and hope. And now we also had lots of squirrels because I had a pecan tree.
Right.
So it was like a smorgasbord there at my house.
Yep.
But if that cat hadn't have been 20 pounds, it probably would have been a dead cat.
Did he
But
have puncture wounds or any wounds like from
well,
getting the
it didn't
claws?
it didn't
Talons?
cut the skin. It
Yeah.
just ripped flesh
Hmm.
and hair. And, and,
Gotcha.
it, and a lot of it was still hanging in some other hair,
Kind of
and
like
it'd
a
be
big
like, "What in the
scratch. Yep.
world?" And I saw so many, and it took me 2 or 3 days to realize it was a bird.
Mhm.
But when I saw her acting all crazy, looking up in the sky, I realized then what it was.
Fool me once. You fooled me twice. Yeah, what me?
I had a dog that liked to have this done. Had an Irish setter. He loved it. You take the vacuum cleaner
Oh yeah.
and pull his hair in.
Like, oh, it feels so good.
Animals. I love animals.
Yeah. See, Aquaballs has a feel good cat. Like that's what like Roger was like an emotional support cat. Like he was just like, come here, give me love. Forget about your day. Give me love.
My show horse, Rusty.
Mhm.
He was a lover too. I'd be out there brushing him, and you spend lots of times in the barn, and that's when you can, I don't know, let things go. And sometimes I would just hug his neck, and he would stand right there and let me just hang on his neck, and I'd cry, whatever, if I was having a bad day. And he just, if it took 40 minutes, he'd just stand there, wouldn't even stomp out a fly or nothing, just wait. And then I had a Irish setter dog.
Hmm.
So if I was upset, I'd go around and sit along the ditch bank, and he would come and sit by me. Of course, they're kind of tall, and he would take his little head and go and put it on my shoulder.
Hmm.
And we would just sit there looking out the fields. I might cry right now.
Yeah, my dog is. He right now he's kind of He's so jealous of the kids. It's not even funny. Like, cause he was obsessed with my wife. Like literally, I swear, like he would be plotting to kill me in my sleep just so he could be like, now I get to snuggle with mommy. So when the kids came along, he's always been kind of like, I don't care about them, get them out of here, whatever, go away. But now he's all about Ava. He's all about protecting Ava. Or Max and we can roughhouse, and I can flip him upside down and throw him on the couch, and Champ will be like, yeah, whatever. Second, I start to like tickle Ava or flip her upside down or something where she's screaming. Champ is, get out, leave her alone. So it's super cute that he's now like warming up to the kids, and it's never like he was like, I'm gonna get your kids or anything like that. But there was one time
Well,
when Max tried to get his food when he was eating, and he just went, like stay away.
I have never allowed a dog to growl when you stick your hand
No,
down by the bowl.
nope. Yeah, he got put on his belly. He got
Mm-hmm.
wrenched. Like, yeah, what you're supposed to do is
Yep, you got to
what
do it like you're the mama dog.
exactly what
Take
Mama
it
Dog
over.
would do would pinch their
Uh-huh.
neck, put them to the ground, make
Mm-hmm.
them show their belly, and everything. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you do not do that. And guess what? Your food's gone now too. We'll try this again in 15 minutes. Sure enough.
I had a German Shepherd that all of a sudden, look, the little 7-pound rat terrier was the boss lady there.
Mm-hmm.
That 20-pound cat was her play toy. And she mimicked the hell out of that cat, chewed on it, humped on it all the time. The cat would scream like, "Get her off me!" And they're like, "Sonny, get off of her!"
Mm-hmm.
That was her practice run. And then the German Shepherd he was a puppy, and they were adults, so he was third in pecking order. Well, he started feeling his little oats, even though I had him, neutered, but he got big, and so he thought,
Right.
well, I'm gonna try the cat. He ain't gonna mess with the little dog. Well, I'm gonna try the cat. And we had a stainless steel big bowl for his
Mm-hmm.
food on the porch. I had to take that bowl. He had the hold of that cat, had her up underneath a table, so I couldn't really see what he had, but she was screaming and he wouldn't let go. I was taking that stainless steel bowl and banging it on his head like
Bonk,
I
bonk, bonk.
dinged the bowl, hitting him so hard to try to
They
get
have
him to
that
turn
ridge
that
on that
cat
head. Yeah.
loose. And he finally did. Of course, I grabbed from then on. I had to have a cat pen, a
Mm-hmm.
dog pen, and they never could be together anymore. But it was so nice when they could all come and go, and everything was nice. But after that, I had like probably 10 years of having to manage animals separate
Oh man,
because
they
my
couldn't be
cat
together.
wasn't going, and I wasn't going. He was such a bad dog. I couldn't turn it over to anybody because they'd probably kill him. He
Mm-hmm.
was so bad, and I
Mm-hmm.
miss him so much. But
I know.
he made my life a living hell.
I know.
Oh, I got something in the mail,
What'd you get? What'd you get?
and I bet I know who it is. I don't even know this name, but I bet his YouTube name starts with an A.
Atomic? Hi, Atomic.
I
Hi,
bet
Lady
it
R.
is.
Hey, Rorschach.
Try not to tear it. Ooh.
A tube.
It's long and slender and pink. Calm down, Matt. Calm down.
Oh my God, Greg, that is such a compliment. I don't think I've ever had such a nice compliment before. Well, Blank is
Oh,
like one of my heroes. Debbie.
oh.
Fish art.
And you know his name?
Does it
My
end
favorite
with
fish in the fish room.
Alex? Is it from an Alex?
Oscar. It's Oscar the Dojo. Oh,
but
that's
who
so
sent it?
sweet.
Who sent it?
I believe it's going to be an Atom Injections.
Atomic.
This is
You
little
sweetheart.
thing.
Oh, I love the signature.
Yes, that is awesome. Thank you so much.
That's so awesome. Mr. Oscar.
Oh, and look, and he's got my favorite plant. He has paid attention. He has really listened. And
Yeah,
my
that's how-
favorite substrate. And my favorite fish.
Who knew? He
And a
did.
piece of wood.
Yeah. Your favorite piece of wood?
Well, it might not be my favorite piece of wood, but I like wood. There it is. That is so nice. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Oh, that is precious. They get me a little frame for that.
That's
Oh,
funny
thank
that
you.
it's funny that Sky Dancer says that because my across the street neighbor growing up had Irish setters and would freak out on my brother and I. And they're like, "Oh, sorry, he doesn't like guys. He doesn't like guys," and everything like that. So I totally know what Sky Dancer means. I'd walk over and be like, "What? I did not do anything. I just walked in the house and this dog's trying to murder me." We all
Aw.
know.
So,
I
see,
heard, so I wrote it down. He's so sweet.
there was
Barbara Jackson.
Miss Barbara.
Oh, did Jess leave any races to do or anything like end of the week or
I missed Monday because I was traveling,
right?
and Tuesday because I was behind trying to catch up.
Mhm.
And we didn't do anything yesterday. I don't think we're doing shorts anymore until she
So all
gets
the
caught up with some things.
right,
I
yeah.
think the last week. I don't know. Miss Lori, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that we're doing that.
Okay. And now is Jess going to the Clash? She might be, I think.
I don't think she is.
Okay.
So
Harumph.
I might be wrong, but I don't think she has a definite plan to. She probably would like to, but
I would like her to.
she has not said.
Oh man.
You know,
Oh,
she
I know.
does the aquashellas.
Yeah, I gotta go over to Matt's fishfam.link and mark myself as going to the Clash. Because I know he's got
Oh,
there, and then he also has a location map now. You can mark your location. Fishfam.link. I
keep
use
an eye out
fishfam.link
for a
all
former U.S. president in my video today, says Sharpie. Uh-oh.
dude. Barbara, I saw that. I saw it's Bob Steen's birthday today, and except it it says that he's 117 years old.
Well, he has so many birthdays.
Right? Oh yeah, and Lisa's stream.
Yeah, he always has birthdays.
Mhm.
And I did not make a video for this weekend because I figure it's going to be a lot of pop-ups or people
With
are at their
Aquashella.
home. So I am just going to read them for you. But I did bring out the skipper hat. So Skipper, if you're watching, here you go, buddy. So let me read out the streams for the weekend. What we think we're going to see. And now we have an advertisement place on fishfam.link too. We need to get Matt on one morning so he can explain this to us. And at 12 today, we have My Fish Tanks Aquatics. That's John. At 4, it's Aquarium Adventures with Graham with the soft, sultry voice. Oh, never mind. At 4:30, it's the Lefty and Ed Variety Show. At 6, Stay Fishy Fridays on Ohio Fish Rescue. At 6 also, it's Cold Water Aquatics with Brandon and Aquatic Nest. At 7, it's the Secret History Living in Your Aquarium with our favorite Alex. And at 7:30, it's Hippie John the Fisherman and Bwizzle. And also at 7:30, it's Aquamalik. 8:30, Father Fish. Followed by 9:30, Friday Night Live with LRB Aquatics. At 10:30, it's the Booty Boys with Kenny, Ed, and James. At 11:30, it says Ladies' Night. Let me see. Oh, on 503 Aquatics. And at 11:30, it's In the Den with Big Tank Hank. And then for Saturday, of course, it's Aquashella Dallas, wide open. is Team Detritus at 8 o'clock on Terry's Tropical Tanks. And at 10, Saturday morning cartoons on 503 Aquatics. At 12, it's Saturday morning live with Jimmy P. Also, Ben Ochar and Peter Bob Guppy come in at 1. At 4, you have Lady Metalhead, Families and Fish Keeping. At 6, it's Sherry, Mississippi Hippie. And at 7, Saturday with Fish Freaks. That's Scotty the Fish Freak. And also 7 is Wild About Herps on Big Tank Hank's channel. And at 8, it could be Chattanooga Ed, or it could be Rico Stan, or it might be the Fish Fam auction, or it could be any of them or all of them. And at 9 is Fish and Friends with Danny and Gina on Glassbox Heroes channel. At 9:30 is Vinny Aquatics with Vinny. And 11 is Punchy Paints with Pam and Bob. And then on Sunday, it's the Easy Stream at 9 o'clock, Jason. At 11, it's our Aquatic Universe with Mike B. At 12, Sunday Brunch with Mike's Aquatics and Things. And at 1 is Sunday Sharp on Sharpie's Fish and Phantoms. At 2, 2 Peas in a Pod, Mary Page and Jimmy P. Hopefully she'll make it if she feels good. If not, we'll see her later. Yeah. At 3, it's Sunday Stream with Brienne's Fish Fam, and also Sunday Shenanigans with Furlough and Eddie. And Eddie's a hoot too. He's new, but check him out. And at 4, it's Aquamalik. At 5, Science Scout Aquatics with Carrie and Jesse. 5:30, Father Fish. And at 6, it's Skipper's Aquariums. At 7, Q Aquatics with Susie Q. And at 8 is Aqua Funk. And it's also the Tennessee Fish Mafia with Kaler's Aquatics. And at 9, Sunday Night Stream with Danican Aquatics. And at 10, Griffin's Fish Room. And at 11:30, completing the weekend live stream, is Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics with Brandon. So how about that?
Excellent. The skipper hat.
Yeah, I was the skipper. I've got wash and wear hair from yesterday. You know, I didn't get all gussied up to go see my dentist.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't get them excited or anything.
I go on the 16th to my dentist for the cleaning. Oh, geez.
I got 2 procedures done yesterday because it's an hour drive one way. So I had a implant thing put down a while back. And so my crown was ready. So we did my cleaning, and then, no, they did the crown first. So now I have a tooth and it feels like it's this big. You know how your tongue?
Yeah.
It's like, it's like so big.
That's what happened to my wife is we didn't go to the dentist for 2 years during the pandemic. And all of a sudden her tooth cracked. Like a little piece of her tooth came out. She's like, oh, we didn't go to the dentist. So yeah, I actually 2 months ago, I had 3 fillings filled. Finally, first 3 fillings of my life. I actually got cavities, but going back to my cleaning.
Well,
no, we're back.
I have spent $1 million on the dentist. So
yes.
Oh man. Like when I was like 18, I had a toothache, and my old dentist, if it hurt, you snatched it out. That's all you did. You didn't do anything else. If it hurts, it's coming out. Well, when he went to pull that one out, his tool,
yeah,
he pulled so hard it came up and it busted the tooth above it. I heard it go like glass cracking. And it stayed together for a long time, and then it started falling out chunks, and so that one had to get pulled. So I lost 2 teeth for one. And of course, you know that he was just one of them 100-year-old dentists that you pulled them. That's what you did, you know. And so now, think for technology, I can put them back. You know,
yes.
I had to have a bone graft on the upper, but didn't have to have anything done special on the bottom. But I was glad to get them in there.
Gina had to have a bone graft and post put in, and then She has a temporary
Yeah.
crown on right now, so she has to go back for her permanent. And it was so funny because, one of the benefits of kids is fruit snacks, just fruit snacks on fruit snacks on fruit snacks on fruit snacks. So without even thinking, the doctor told her like, don't eat anything sticky or anything like that could pull the temporary crown off. And she didn't even think, like, Max was just like, I don't want any more of these. There was like 3 fruit snacks. So she's like, sweet, fruit snacks, chewing. All of a sudden, so it pulled the stickiness. I would pull it off. So luckily she was able to get it back on and everything like that. I was just like, oh no.
They say put Vaseline in it to put it back on, I guess, to help
Squish it
suction with
the
it.
suction cup. Oh
Yep.
man. Red laser.
No, he did not put a temporary on that. He put that little cap thing on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I could feel this little, thing sticking, like a fence post sticking out.
Right.
And, but he didn't want no pressure put on it while I was, waiting for it to settle and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Which
the heel.
actually I liked it better without putting the temp on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't have to do it one time, once it had a couple months to make sure it was all good, you just pop that thing on there and it was done. So
Right.
The worst part for me going to the dentist is getting the daggone x-rays.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Bite
I know I
on.
make a lot of noise with this mouth, but I have a little teeny mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And they
And
put
they
that
put
big
that
old
tray.
scalpel thing.
Yeah, and you got to bite on it. And it's like, I'm biting on
It
metal. Yeah.
tears my underneath my tongue. It tears that skin and rips it. And I says, and makes me gag and all that stuff.
Alex.
And so I said, you should use the children's one. It works for me. And she said, well, I asked, and somebody said, no, you just use the regular one. It's like, from now on, because by the time she would come in there to try to adjust, I'm like, it's got to come out. It just has to.
Right.
And I was telling her, I said, if you don't know, there's a salt trick you can do. Another dentist, an oral surgeon, they pour salt from just tear open the little packet of salt, put it down the back of your throat, like when you're trying to get x-rays and fittings and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll help you with the gag reflex. And shut up, Matt. But I know what you're thinking.
I love it. I love the
See, they
preemptive. Shut up, Matt.
Stuff, and it's like, why do you even have to do that nowadays?
Yeah. Right. Like.
But I guess, it's expensive and they have to use what they've got. Hey, it's a whole lot better than back when I was a kid. We had a spit bowl. You took a sip of water and rinsed out your mouth and spit it in this little porcelain bowl and watched everything go down.
Go down, spin down. I used to spit in a bowl, lean over and spit too before they had the suction. The vacuum, whatnot. And I love, oh my God, that was probably like my favorite thing about getting a cavity too. It's like, they're like, okay, suck it. I pretend it was like the, I forget the name of the guy, but the Peter Frampton. Wah, 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 wah. So I'd be like,
Look, they step out for a minute, they come back, you're playing with all the tools, making noises.
Pretend to be Frampton. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, I am not.
And I listened to 2 hours of jazz yesterday riding up down the roads. It was so good. The stereo turned up just as loud as I like it because I can't hear out of this one ear. And since they can both hear mice thinking about mating 4 states away, I can't ever hear anything at this house.
Oh man.
So I had that bad boy turned up. Yes.
See, that's how I am. Where like I can hear everything in this house. Like it actually started when I started birding, is that like Gina and I will be watching a TV show and I'll be like, wait, go back, rewind, and she'll like, oh my gosh, she's like, what did I miss? Did somebody say something? I'm like, no, I think there's a prairie warbler singing in the background really faintly. She's like, how the hell did you hear that? You're not like. And it's so like we'll be talking and whatnot outside, and I'll just be like, huh? Like, what's wrong? And one of my best friends in the birding community, Kevin Rashevsky, he's an awesome human being, K-Bones. The first bird walk I ever went to was at Stony Creek, and he was like one of the co bird walkers. So we're like 30 people are facing west, or like facing this person talking about birds and whatnot, and off to our right, an American redstart, like chipped, not even sang, but just chipped. And so, like, the only two people that turned their heads was Kevin and I. And so Kevin and I just went, whoa! Like, we both whipped around and, like, started scanning. And, like, people are like, oh, what do you see, guys? What do you guys see? And I'll never forget. I'm like, oh my God, I need to be best friends with this guy. He has the same ears as me. So it started talking to him. We did big days together and just hung out. And, like, K Bones is, like, one of my best friends ever. And that's, like, one of the funniest things of, like, the whole like meeting was like we both just went whoa, like at the same time and whatnot, and I'm just like, it's like that Step Brothers, like, did we just become best friends? Yep. Do you want to go do karate in the garage? Yep.
Well, you know, my favorite part of dentistry was the gas.
Oh yeah. See, we don't get gas anymore. No gas. It's all
No.
Novocaine.
They took away all the
lidocaine.
fun.
Yeah. And I
All
guess
the
just get
fun.
stabbed, and I'm deathly like afraid of needles. And my dentist will just like come at me like, okay, here we go. Like, no.
A needle
Hold on.
this long too
Hold
now
on.
to go in your mouth.
Let me close my eyes and just pretend there's nothing, no needle coming at me. Just give me a second. Alex, and pretend.
I'm not gonna use this what I was gonna say, but
Mhm.
this is a morning show.
Right. PG.
Yeah, I
PG.
can't say it.
Oh man.
Say it later. Jess will kill me for sure. But speaking of Jess,
Mhm.
it is time for the morning show to end.
No, take my hand.
Let's see.
That'd be really creepy if I had
Yeah.
something set up that I had just comes out of the side.
Wouldn't it be funny if that hand could go back behind
What the hell?
you? Do one of them wet willies in your ear.
Well.
Oh, I got a new piercing this week.
Ooh.
You might not be able to see. Oh, you got to be careful with these earbuds and your glasses. They're up here.
Yeah, that'll pull it out.
And that is some sore parts right there.
Piercings? No, thank you.
Well, you know, I got my all that
my God,
face
Barbara.
damage. You did see that the other day when I
Yeah.
shared it, right?
Yeah, where your scar. Like, oh my God, Dee Dee.
Well,
I'm
if
so
the ones
scared.
I'll show it to the ones that didn't get to see it. Y'all get to suffer too.
We love you, Alex.
Nobody is going to be unscathed.
And Alex, I legally have to rock. It's in my name, so
You see that?
yeah.
That's a
crazy.
testament to don't have nipple piercings and an incline table. You'll tear your face off.
That's right.
That's from surgery to have some summer sun damage removed. So play in the sun if you want to without some sunscreen.
Yeah,
You'll be paying somebody.
Yeah, both of my parents had melanoma. My mom on her nose, she had to get a chunk taken out of her nose, and my dad on his back, where it looked like someone took a golf divot, like straight out of his back and whatnot. My mom was a sun worshiper back in the 60s. My dad was a lifeguard. Neither of my mom, both of them used sun oil instead of.
Well, see, that's what we did too. It's like get that oil in there, get that deep tan, so you won't burn.
Exactly.
And that's what you believed.
Yep.
You know, because that's what you knew.
Yeah, and I straight up hide from the sun, and my wife doesn't get it at all. And it's just like I'm trying to protect the kids. Like, we need to get them into the shade. They've been in the direct sun for 20 minutes. Like, Gina, it's fine, Eric. It's fine.
And do you know that we don't use enough sunscreen as it is, anyways?
Right.
You know, usually you buy a tube and it lasts you all summer. It shouldn't last you, but maybe like one trip to the beach.
Yeah, every hour, especially if you're in the water. Every hour you're supposed to reapply.
Yeah, you know, and so it's altogether different from when I was a kid. But I also was in the tobacco fields all the time, cropping tobacco, and on the back of a commercial fishing boat. processing whatever we caught out of the net. It was a trawler, so you were out back, 3 or
Right.
4 of you standing at the trawling board, separating and flinging everything back in that you weren't supposed to keep or too small, so you could
Right.
get it back in the water before it died. So, yep. So there's lots of stuff I have to take care of, and I have had to take care of. There you go, Stephen.
Well, I
love
put
you.
the sunscreen on, and I go outside, and the sun is like, ah, what the heck is that? Oh, it's a reflection of me off of Eric.
And don't forget, Alex has a GoFundMe. Well, he didn't do it, but somebody did it for him to get him to the AGA. So I never burn. I just turn brown. See, my mama was like that too. She's just like brown as a little berry. Never had a sunburn. I had like 30 sunburns a summer.
Mhm. I got sun
And we saw
poisoning.
Surf City come in, and Petro Man
Petro.
just came in. You coming in the back door, buds? I can say that because Jess isn't here. Oh, but anyways, we got to go. It's Friday. Everybody have a great weekend. And Eric, this was your show today, even though I've been a bossy
No way.
something
No
or
way.
another over here pushing
This-
buttons
this
just like I owned the thing.
This is the Dee Dee show.
And
They're here for you. Now.
appreciate your help. And it was fun. Loved it.
We love you.
And I'm sure we ruined her stream, but that's okay. She can get it back together next week.
On
She
Monday.
can undo the damage.
On Monday, if she survives Aquashella.
Yes. And if you're going and you haven't driven yet, be careful. If you're there, have a great time
Mm-hmm.
and just enjoy yourselves. And everybody have a great weekend and enjoy your camping trip.
Petro, stop. The goils.
Oh, Petro?
I was gonna say, are you gonna show your shirt?
Oh, the girls are tucked up in their Tams t-shirt.
Yeah, that's right.
They're tammed down today.
That's right. Tam down. Keeping them tammed.
Oh Lord, don't tell me I'm gonna have to do a dance for Jess. Lord. Okay.
Oh,
Bye,
man.
y'all. Love you.
Love you
Go
guys.
see
Have a
John,
great
my
weekend.
fish tanks aquatics.
Bye, John. Have a great.
And I'm not doing anything going out. It's just going to be done when we're done.
You're done.
Poof.
You're done.